Estemmenosuchus, the crowned crocodile.
The Estemmenosuchus.
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 Estemmenosuchus. Estemmenosuchus. Estemmenosuchus. Estemmenosuchus. Estemmenosuchus. Estemmenosuchus? Estemmenosuchus. Hello, everybody. We're playing Super Auto Pets today. Estemmenosuchus pets, if you will, because I learned how to say this pet's name, which it is Estemmenosuchus. It is a crocodile dinosaur type of being. And in the video that I was learning all the new mini pack pets, Drinking Limes said to me, imagine a full team Estemmenosuchus. Yes, I went back and copied every letter of this name. He still spelled it wrong, but I respect still posting this comment anyways. And a level 2 or 3 bad dogs with Pandoras. And I was like, that's a really cool idea. And then you just keep the toy up with Waffle. And he was like, yeah, and then you can have Microbe for starting the stats. However, that's not the way it fucking works, believe it or not. You actually do not get the stats if the ailment happens in battle. And of course I had to learn that the hard way, right? I have to go into this game, and I played a few rounds, and I was like, dude, this is ass. Why am I was like, I must be getting perks from bad dog stats. I'm not paying attention that much, right? Because I knew that I was going to have to run through some games here. So I just wanted to play while I got some other stuff done. And these games also took a while. So I wasn't like super concentrated or anything. This run, it's a lot better because this was like way more refined after I learned that instat ailments just do not count towards the total. So I had to completely rechange the game plan. And so now it isn't anywhere close to what I wanted to do, which was use Bad Dog and like Puma to get double perk and ailment. And then maybe with like a Microbe and Mushroom if I didn't do the Bad Dog with Puma. But they just don't work. So instead, what I had to do was we can only really get the the ailments in the shop phase. Thankfully, and this is also something that I didn't think would work, the new canned ailments actually count towards the ability of Estemmenosuchus, which I didn't think that would be the case because it is an ability, right? But I think it only means triggered abilities. So stuff like Unicorn wouldn't trigger, for example. I want to see, let me see, I want to buy one. I don't think I'm going to buy one quite quickly. We are actually using Silky Chicken, which is a pretty cool new mini pack pet. It works very well with Bush, which is exactly the pet that I wanted to use because Bush is actually one of the best end turn ailment givers. It triggers Unicorn, right? You get Spooked, which is not a bad perk or not a bad ailment to have at all, and it gives attack. So it is by far one of the best pets that we can possibly have, which is pretty crazy, it being a tier 1 and all. And the other guy that I really want is Boom right here. He is the show yourself to me. I will hover him soon. Okay, no, I won't. Maybe I don't decide to pick him up in this game because it's a bit late. But I'm gonna go look what that guy's name is real quick. Okay, it is the Spotted Handfish. Hopefully that'll be in the next run, because that little guy is very important to this whole combo. Unfortunately, it's extremely hard to get a full team of Estemmenosuchus. So I just was like, let's go max out on 1 or 2 of them. And I feel like that would be a lot better for us as a whole. Hit a couple of Waffle Cows. I don't know, I was just feeling them. Right, they kept showing themselves. But Silky Chicken was cool, just to get a few extra tier 1 perks. They all happen to be honey, which was kind of suspicious. And honestly, I don't know if it's a bug or not. We're trying to get here to Estemmenosuchus, so I can actually show some stuff going off. Silky Chicken is no more. He did great while he lasted. And then I forgot I got rid of it, and I accidentally got rid of my honey. That's okay. Don't cry over spilt honey. I thought about using Leaf Gecko too. Not a bad guy. It's pretty similar to Phoenix, but again, it's going to be faint, and so you probably aren't going to have that happen in shop, and so you just don't want to use it. I probably had like 6 or 7 runs before this, still utilizing stuff like Bush and other ailment givers in the shop, so the number was still going up, but I wasn't realizing that it should have been going up faster because of the ailments happening in battle. Now, when they do happen in battle, it does count towards the total, but after the battle is over, all of those ones that happen in battle are gone. And that was really confusing me. Again, I wasn't paying super close attention, which is why, you know, it took me a little bit longer than I would have liked, but that's okay. We do get our first Estemmenosuchus. After first attack, summon 1 friend for 1 attack and 1 health for each ailment gained. Amalgamation was a really, really good pet that I decided to use because it is one of the best in battle ailment givers. Same thing with Spooked. It is literally like Bush on command. So we get that immediately, and then I saved up a better chocolate for my flounder, so we instantly get them both to level 2. Very good stuff here. And I got a lot. So we got a vampire, squid, tiger, mammoth, and then oyster. I'm probably just going to go mammoth, get a few extra stats, because my stats are pretty low. We did not have a unicorn or anything like that. And then Estemmenosuchus is coming in pretty late here. But as you can see, we've got 1 ailment from amalgamation, 1 from Bush, so it is at 2. And that number will just keep going up by 1 every turn. It is really hard to get multiple ailments in a turn unless you chain the canned ailments. That's usually the best way to do it. So I'm going to buy every single canned ailment. And let's read it here, right? So we stock them, and it says, make 1 pet crisp without triggering abilities. So because this isn't a triggered ability, it just works. So it just didn't make sense to me. It's like, why does this work? But in battle, how does that not count towards that? It's just very confusing. So I think maybe there's something that's not consistent here. I don't know. Is it just me? There's something that might not be consistent. Maybe it should work in battle, but the cans shouldn't work on it, or, you know, I don't know. It's not up to me to decide, but. So we do have to waste our amalgamation triggers here. Not the best, because now this Estemmenosuchus spawns are going to be a lot smaller. But the double mammoth could easily get us over the line, which I think it does here. Estemmenosuchus is still, 4 ailments for this turn, so 2 4/4s. Not bad. I also wish it was on Faint. Unfortunately, it is after first attack. Dude, it's just like more and more. This guy is so cool, right? The name is already such a dead giveaway of how cool this motherfucker is. But it is so confusing on how this ability should work. I do think it should just be Faint, because I can't even tell you how many times that I had Estemmenosuchus in like the 2nd position, but it's a level 2, so after first attack, if it doesn't die, then I only summoned 1. It's like, why isn't it just a Faint pet? Why isn't it just a Faint pet? It's cute, yeah, after first attack. Imagine if it was after every attack. That would be kind of cool. Also broken. But we actually can get really, really big Estemmenosuchus stacks here. This was just one of my first tries of actually like getting something pretty solid here. But even then, like, it is really hard to get these stats in shop. Or these ailment triggers in shop. Close to beat an II team there. II was buffed, so that's pretty cool. I'm okay with that. We've been pilling mammoths here to try to get any stats, and honestly, it's kind of working out. These, I've gotten like 8 in stats from that per pet, so it is definitely nothing to sneeze at. And I get to see a whole trout team from Matchman, and unfortunately, I didn't realize how Dunkleo triggers with Peanut, because this one's fucking before attack. I was going to move the ailment to the first 2 enemies, but Peanut Jar overrides it. I didn't even think about it. And so I miss out on a ton there, and there's just no way I'm beating the rest of his big trout. But I still have 1 life left, so it's possible to get something done here. And after this, I have another run, which is arguably a lot better. That's like a pretty peak run, I would say. We do get to pick up another mammoth. I'm just hoping that this peanut can take me through. Take me all the way. We have 8 ailments now. And this team is doable. Easily doable. His team is relatively small for turn 14. I had a lot left in the tank. So all I kind of need to do is see another team like that. And we're scot-free. I think I wanted to get another in here. Yeah, I was like, let's just throw another one in. Who's counting? Have to make sure I position this correctly. I was thinking about having this one in the back. I thought it'd be better. And this is just a pretty fat team here with a huge mommy rabbit and grizzly bear. 4 squad too. Very interesting with a Herola. And this one could definitely get me, but it did not kill my Bush. So Bush could take a shot from Grizzly, misses it though, and is able to trade Mommy Rabbit, and we are actually able to win with 1 Estemmenosuchus spawn left. And in this second run, I really go all out. So this was the one where I kind of refined my craft, you know. I figured this little spider, I'm going to see what the spider's name is in a second. You are Peacock Spider, is another way to get spooked in shop. It is a feint, which means I could pill it if necessary. So that was something I needed to think about. Plus, it is kind of like a microbe in battle. I can just use it to get 1 extra stat point on my Estemmenosuchus if I really, really needed to. Plus, it's a 3-2. Not too bad. Losing the first 2 rounds, though, not great. That's what happens when you take the mice. We get a little puppy. And here is when we're going to go all out on the... I think it's the spotted hornbill. There he is. The spotted handfish. That's what it is. That's a fish? Oh my god. Moving on. This little guy, at the start of turn, you stock 1 random canned ailment. And that shit is cheap. Cheap, 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 cheap. I'm pretty sure it's free. 0 gold. So that means now we can stack way, way more ailment triggers on Estemmenosuchus. They're not triggers. Dude, whatever. They are triggers to me. They're triggers to me and it shouldn't work. But everything else that I thought should have worked should work. And then, yes, of course we want Bush. So we actually have the trifecta here. We have over half the team that I want. The spotted handfish, the Bush, and the Peacock Spider. One of the most important motherfuckers of all time is Unicorn. So we are desperately, desperately, desperately going to need Unicorn here. We didn't get it. I'm going to pill into an ox. Doesn't matter. So I'm just going to buy some more shit. And I'm going to freeze it all. I've already lost this many turns. I was willing to greed it all away. So we're going to freeze every ailment thing that we can, plus the lasagnas. And I'm going to feed them to my Estemmenosuchus when the time is right. Potentially going for a level 2 puppy. And then also potentially going for a level 2 bush. That was only like maybe I could level up into something else if I need to. This guy's got a microbe with weakness. Thank you, Trout Girl. We love to see a fellow ailment enjoyer. We do get the unicorn. That was actually a pretty crazy play though, right? Because 3 things are going to disappear here. And then unicorn is literally in the perfect spot. So that was juicy. And I do have to buy 1 lasagna, I think, because I want to be able to level up and have my 2 options. So we buy 1, we buy bush, combine the handfish, and boom, Estemmenosuchus is here to join the team. And it is literally perfect. I wish I had more life, but what are you going to do? That's just the way the cookie crumbles. And now I have 5 fucking 0 item things to buy. It is actually beautiful. Not only that, though, because we get to buy them all, and that is 4 triggers plus a lasagna. Then we get 5 triggers from Bush. We get stats from Unicorn, and then we will get another one from Peacock Spider, all on turn 7. I skipped the microbe here. Obviously, I have my goated team. I don't need Crobe. And so already, I think we're going to get a 6-6 out of this. And that is nothing to sneeze at. Oh, baby, it's beautiful. We did level up the Peacock Spider, right? I'm just going to take the Blobfish here, right? Because I could at least get the level 2 in battle, which was good enough for me. Hopefully just winning. I really didn't want to go down to 1 life, so I thought this would be my best odds at winning. Perfect team to face, not too strong. And my Estemmenosuchus is already pumping out 8/8s like it's his fucking job. So we're guaranteed 2 ailment stacks a turn, which is just beautiful. Pill in shop. I could not be more excited. We level up into an oyster. That's fine. I will be ripping it. And then I think, yeah, I really wanted to get a level 3 Estemmenosuchus, and I wanted to see how many ailment triggers I could actually get on it. So that's what we're going to be doing. And it is surprising. The canned ailments actually do get a lot done here. And look at this. This looks like a fine position, right? And it's actually wrong. Oh, wait, no, I think I'm right here. Sorry. Because you needed the 2 spots for the 2 12/12s. My bad. See, dude, I'm still confused on it. I'm getting there slowly but surely. This is where I do it wrong, because I level it into level 3, and I still have it in this position. No, this should work too, right? Surely. Unless like, something gets pushed to the front. Or what happens here that this goes wrong? Nothing. It's right. And we win even. And it's broken bench. Thank you. His teams have actually been disgusting lately. He's been kind of clapping my cheeks. I think this is where I do it wrong. I leave it in the middle here at level 3. And I don't realize. I actually get rid of the handfish. Which I think is probably right. Because I felt like... I don't know, maybe that's wrong, because I felt like I was going to start losing quickly if I just kept the handfish. And so I wanted to try to get as many stats as possible. Hoping that, what, a 3 17/17s is kind of enough. They're 18/18s. And even this is a bit bad. This was really bad, too, because I messed up this positioning here. In a way... it's almost better, because maybe I think if Unicorn was here, this feeds more, and maybe I still lose. Oh my god, it was actually perfect, a perfect breakpoint there. This might have actually been optimal. Somebody can redo the calculations here, but that going to 17/17 just makes that perfect to trade, and then we're just always winning. So I don't know, maybe my mistake was actually a blessing in disguise. That's the easiest pill mammoth of my life. I wanted to be able to get more unicorns. I really wanted to be able to buy more wall chicken in a turn, because I wanted this to get to 50 attack. Because unfortunately, dude, I feel like, oh, why can't canned ailments trigger unicorn? I feel like they should just trigger abilities. What's the point of them not triggering abilities? Tell me why. Like, I don't know. This time, I'm not going to make the same mistake. We're just going to run the triple unicorn up front. And I really thought about maybe just having just the Estemmenosuchus. But the further we got here, the teams got stronger and stronger. And I was like, I don't really want to ruin my run just to see if I can win with one 50/50 Estemmenosuchus. And, like, look, we're barely winning there. To be fair, these are only, like, 21/21s coming out. 21/21. And yeah, I was hoping for a little bit more. A little peanut action might actually do something for me. I was thinking about buying this Husky, which I do, because we're never really running any perks. Could have ran some perks. To be fair, this having a melon probably would have been pretty good. And he does get a great trade on me, but it doesn't matter. My 23/23s can take out some big boys. And at this point, I was like, man, I should have just kept the handfish. I think I was hoping to get more here, but yeah, the handfish was actually doing a lot for us. So if you are going to go for a huge Estemmenosuchus, keep your handfish around for a little bit longer if you can. I think losing a ton of those early rounds, they were a detriment to me. And this one, I don't think I win with that. Yeah, with these bad trades here. Oh, maybe if I had the handfish, I would have had 27 27s. Oh my god. And I actually am able to get a micro bin, so I still wanted to get it in, and this was actually the perfect way to do it. I put a mushroom on it too, so this way, their perks will not fuck me. So this was like a perfect addition to get here with 1 life. We're up to 50-41 on my Estemmenosuchus. The biggest Estemmenosuchus you've ever seen, and we face the perfect team with microbe. He's got a fucking hog, bro. So we give everything weakness, and I was already feeling scot-free at that point. Push the donkey to me. Yeah, and we get 2 extra ailment procs on this. So you can see that it's 29-29, but if we come back into the shop here, this is where you see it. It's back to 27. So just the ailments that happen in shop don't actually count towards the total, the real total, one might say. And here in the end, I just really wanted to get it to 50-50, and so that's exactly what I do. Make sure I don't fuck my positioning. And at the very last, my 1 HP will come from Bush triggering, Unicorn hitting, the exact engine we need, the perfect engine for Estemmenosuchus, one might say. Little bit of milk to send me home, and we have a level 3 50-50 Estemmenosuchus versus... Oh my god. Oh my god. Why won't it stop? Versus a 5 Lynx squad. 2 level 3s, 2 level 2s, and a level 1. Who wins this? It looks like a lot of damage from his side, right? Kills everything. But my Estemmenosuchus lives, and his children clean up the rest. That was scary, because I definitely could have lost that last round. I think in total, they do 55 damage, right, across the board. Or it's 11 per. So it's like 55 damage total could have been done to a pet. But I think one of them missed, which caused mine to live. This is another reason why I'd want this to be faint instead of after first attack. If it dies at start of battle, you just get nothing out of it. And it's so hard to build up ailments. This isn't like just a random faint pet or the mana that's already on it. Now, mana, I feel like, is a bit easier to get because there's a lot of pets that stack multiples or like exponential amount of mana. Whereas ailments don't do that. They don't do that at all. This was way harder to put together than one might think, but I definitely people can do it, and I'm sure we're going to see 50-50 Estemmenosuchus all around. His children are going to be 50-50, and people are going to point and laugh at me that I only got 30-30s. But that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Politely smack that like button's ass on your way out. And you know what? Have a wonderful day.